this is kind of our base formation. And what we're trying to do is our quarterback's at 3. Now, one thing the youth coaches have told me is they like the quarterback being backed up, because anytime you get a league where they could really blitz those A gaps, the inside linebackers are just so much more talented than the guards. They just shoot through the A gaps and literally grab the quarterback, just jerk him down. So they said it gives them a good peace of mind backing the quarterback up. So when our 4th and 6th grade teams had a quarterback who could do it, my son was one of them. He spoke Friday night with the summit. He was smart enough and athletic enough. They backed him up, and he could handle the snap. The other problem is the center, right? Make sure the center can snap. I will say the pistol snap is easier than the shotgun snap, because you only got to snap at 3 yards. So there's less room of error of the ball drifting to the side or over my head, where at 5 yards, you have more chances. What we do on our pistol snap is we cone it. Let's say my iPhone here is the football, and these are the points. So if I threw the ball, these are the points of the football. We grab the point and put the cone on the ground, and we just snap it through like that. And the laces I'm right-handed. This is my throwing hand. So the center points the laces to that sideline, and he tries to let go of the ball and just let go and let it knuckleball snap right to my hands. We don't try to flip it over end, and we don't want it to spiral. So we want a knuckleball snap. I've got a really good video of this. Again, you guys just get a hold of me. I can get you some more video. And we always tell our center, let go of it at their calf. When the balls get into their calf, let go. Don't snap your wrist, otherwise it's going to tumble. And don't lift your butt. If they lift their butt, it tends to go a little higher. The hardest part for the centers is snapping and stepping, because then the ball drifts to the right or left the way they step. So we always, in our youth football programs, is the same thing. That center basically was that, like the kid Friday Night Lights when they duct taped the football to his hand. Our center, everywhere he went in practice, he was holding a football. And no matter what the drill was, he snapped a ball to hit the bag, hit the sled, and he was always practicing that. By putting the quarterback at 3, you can keep your tailback at 5, and now guard trap hits faster, down hits faster, belly hits faster. If you start putting your quarterback in pistol, if you start putting your quarterback back at 4 or 5, now your tailback's got to be at 7. You're going to put your quarterback at 5, you might as well run Kenny Simpson shotgun and go sidecar it. But now you've gotten away from your Delaware wing T roots. In Kenny's system, which is a very RPO passing system, he does not run guard trap. He does not run belly weak. He does not run buck sweep away from the tight end. So I think we have more versatility in the run game. But Kenny's much, much more versatile in the passing game by backing the quarterback and going sidecar. And if it's cold weather or you have injuries, like this year I got down to my 3rd string quarterback, we had to go under center. Only thing I have to do is change the quarterback's footwork. I just take this quarterback and move him up to the center, and then we're running the offense. Nobody's footwork's changed. The wing's footwork changed. Tailback, nobody's changed. Same guys are carrying the ball. Now we're under center. Raining, cold weather, or injuries. Maybe your backup center's in and you can't snap the ball. You got to go under center. So that's what we do. You play with your wings. Depends on the genetics your mama gave you. We tend to like to have them spread out a little bit. It depends on the play call and their genetics. So I really don't have like concrete rules of where they line up on every play. One kid might be really fast and one kid might be really slow. So on jet sweep, the fast kid could widen out a little bit and get a running start. The slow kid might start in the B gap because he's so slow, and so he can get this ball snapped. So that's kind of what we do. Okay, all those slides I went through, I'm going to hit either at the end of this talk or the next talk. So you're going to get the whole presentation. So there's our belly family. Belly tends to be a weak side play, but I'm going to tell you what, in youth football, there's a big advantage of doing it out of unbalanced, right? And just run it to your tight end side. So belly's the weak side play to the tailback. If you want to run your counter, we call it tackle trap in high school, but I try to keep all the blocking the same for the youth kids. We're going to get that left wing coming back over. You're in pistol. It's an inside handoff. That way you can hit that B gap, which is a much better play than trying to run a reverse, because if you hand it over the top of the quarterback and try to run all the way out to the edge, he's running a lot of east-west, and the defense is catching up, right? So he's got to be a really, really fast dude to go on the top of the quarterback. I'm going to show you both versions, but go over the top of the quarterback and try to run the edge. It's much better to hit that inside handoff if you can figure out how to open up that B gap. You can on-block it or you can pull a lineman. There's some variations I'm going to show you. Quarterback can just keep it. And then, of course, you need to have a play action pass off of this. So you've got the belly's the main play, and off of that, the quarterback can keep it. You can do play action pass, or you can run your counter back to the wing. The other philosophy of the wing T is that each player in the family has a play for them, right? So belly is a tailback play. They've got the quarterback keep. The left wing gets it on counter. The right wing gets it on the belly sweep over the top, and then the X has this play action pass. One player gets one play in each family. So that's kind of an overview we're going to hit right now. So your belly steps, if you've got an athletic quarterback, you want to open pivot, put it in the belly, really ride that thing through so he can pull it and it's effective and he runs it. If you've got a really smart kid or the booster president's kid on the team and you're putting him at quarterback, either for political reasons or because he's smart enough to actually run the playbook without messing up, then out of the belly, turn your back to the defense, hide the ball, and deal your deck of cards, just like you were if you're under center. Again, the pistol, because he's at 3 yards, can be run exactly like he's at center. So he would just take the ball, spin around, his back's to the defense. We tell him keep it in his belly button, keep the ball in his belly button. And basically, if you guys now, you were the tailback, the defense is behind me, right? I'm just going to go like this and give you the ball. There's no riding. Now, as I turn and put his belly, that the tailback turns my shoulders, and now my shoulders are pointing to the defensive end, who I'm attacking if I keep the ball. So if you reverse pivot, you turn your back to the defense, put the ball in the tailback fullback's belly, let the tailback fullback belly turn your shoulders, and now you can attack the line on keep, or you keep your shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage, parallel to the sideline, perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. You go this way to the sideline for the inside handoff for the counter, or you keep rolling out for the play action pass. So you could reverse pivot in this offense, absolutely. I've got hopefully video. I think there's video coming up with this because we spent many hours on the field filming all this. The tailback is supposed to do a side hop before he comes forward because belly is supposed to be a cutback play. The defense is over pursuing real hard. If you've got a tailback who could read it, is kind of talented. As he's hopping, he's actually looking backside. So as he comes forward, and he's supposed to hit this gap, but he's looking over here, and he sees that he could grab that ball from the quarterback and just hit it and cut it back real hard. So you want to lateral hop on this. Because the whole youth offense that I built, there's no buck sweep. The whole youth offense is built off of fly sweep, jet sweep. You always have the fly or jet sweep fake, which you've ran a bunch of times and got the defense flowing, and you fake the fly or jet sweep and run this stuff up underneath. Okay. If you're not in pistol, the jet sweep goes behind the quarterback. The quarterback, and this, I'm going to have to back up a little bit so you guys can see me on this camera. I know there's a video of this, but right here, what I want to do is actually hand the ball off. So the jet sweep's going this way. I'm going to turn like this. I'm going to hand it off over here. The sweeper, the motion guy is coming from this way, but I don't go like this and hand it off. Now he's in the A gap away from his running. Here's my center. Here's the backside A gap. Here's the play side A gap. I want to take this snap and actually turn all the way around and hand it off. Make sure my hand's on camera. You want to hand it off here so that the jet sweeper actually goes past me. The jet sweeper goes past me, and you hand it off. You want to hand it off if you're under center. You want to hand it off in the A gap opposite of that wing. This is really deadly in youth football. I know everybody wants to go sexy. Everyone's getting shotgun and pistol. But that quarterback turning his back to the defense, that is really hard for youth football to find the ball. Hell, it's hard in high school. That's why so many teams will still win the state championships running wing T. Because now he turns his back to defense. The jet sweeper goes flying by. Nobody knows where the ball is because the ball's hitting on my belly. Then I kind of just stick my hand out and have the tailback trap right off the top. Or I hand off the other hand, I got belly. But nobody sees it because if you were the running back, the defense behind me, they would not see this ball. So now, did I give it to the jet sweeper? Guard trap, belly, and it just boom, and the kid can't find the ball. It's easy. I did it, right? I went pistol. And it's easy to say, hey, I want to back that quarterback up. But, man, I definitely lost some deception when I backed my quarterback up. I just showed you guys that on camera. And then the quarterback has to fake, right? He has to fake. He should be faking the same way for the belly pass, wherever you could have him fake opposite for a boot. We do have a belly boot off the belly sweep. So here's how we would block it, right? We use words. Moses is what we call on blocking. And we just say it's Moses part the Red Seas. The kids get that. Let me tell you something. I even use this in high school. It's kind of humorous, but the kids like it and they understand it. We say the first commandment of blocking is the butthole rule. You want to be a butthole. The kids all start giggling. At the end of the play, I don't care if you're pulling on block, I don't care down block, I don't care what you're doing. Your butt has to point to the hole, right? It's the old helmet to the hole rule, but butthole rule, the kids like it. It's humorous. That's the first commandment. The other commandment is once I figure out my butthole rule and I figure out, am I going to left shoulder or right shoulder block this? Your first step is opposite foot, opposite shoulder. So if I know I'm going to hit you with my left shoulder, so I get my helmet to the hole, it means the running back's running here. So I'm going to hit you with my left shoulder because the running back's running somewhere to my right. So I'm going to hit you with my left shoulder. My first step out of my stance is my right foot. And we say heel replaces toe. So that first step is my heel just replaces my toe. I've got a really, really good O-line video on my website that, I mean, I go through this step work in person. It's called the beef. It's your blast off step, your execution, your elevation, and your finish. And I go through the footwork. And your first step is your heel. So here's my foot. When I step, here's my toes. My heel replaces my toes. That's how big that step is. And you mow the grass with your cleats. Mow the grass with your cleats. You don't want to take a big step. Pick it up, put it down. Mow the grass with your cleats. So that's how we would block the what we call A gap, C gap, right? If they run and just cover up all the gaps, as youth football does, we'll just cave this down and make it right off the tackle. Now you have a defensive end to deal with, right? So you're going to have to make sure your jet motion guys kick in that D end. And if you are going to cross block, which definitely middle school could definitely cross block, we call that tug. Tug means tackle goes under the guard. The tackle goes first. We also have a gut call where the guard goes first. If the guard blocked out on the four tech and we wrapped our tackle up to linebacker, we call that gut. These are easy words for the kids to understand, right? So that's what we would do on the blocking.